All right. Hello, everybody. It's Batman. Today, welcome back to the Cash Flow Kings Halloween special.
Be careful about this episode. It's rated R.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a lot to discuss. I don't know how long we'll be staying in costume or in character today. We have a lot to discuss, whether it be Hershey, whether it be, any company that reported earnings this week. Fiscal got monetized. So a lot of big things this week.
Yes, lots of booty.
And the jokes are gonna be rolling throughout the entire night. So welcome in, everybody. Before we get started, for the people rewatching, Fiscal, where can the people find you?
On me channel. Walk the plank into the description.
You guys already know where to find me at the Ryan Dingler Show. But we have a lot of stuff to get into. So you hit monetization earlier this week.
Yes, I got me 1,000 mates.
We got Frank in the chat. It's gonna be a party tonight.
I got lots of me ale.
Was there any trips to Target to get that costume? No trips to the Pride section.
No. Already had me tuck friendly undies.
That's gonna be clipped. That's gonna be. Welcome in, everybody. We have a good one tonight, as mentioned previously. Fiscal. There were a lot of companies that reported earnings this week. But before we get into the ones that I specifically were impressed or not impressed by, was there anything that kind of stood out to you, positive or negative?
Well, so two that I hold had I would say the market perceived them as positive results, which would be MPW and Intel. Yeah, they had very positive results. I mean, granted, like the bar was already low. People weren't expecting much, and so when it comes in better than expected, people kind of, were happy. But that's kind of how that goes. And Altria Group had, well, they haven't been this low since 2020 because of their earnings. They went under $40. So
yeah, Altria is kind of walking the plank, not bringing in a bit of an analogy. It's
their price went into Davy Jones' locker.
Altria. It's interesting with them. I mean, like, I think they have a lot of potential with their chewable nicotine brand. On, I think it's called.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. On with the exclamation mark at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, they did hit, some impressive numbers as far as like how much they've gotten distribution on their e-cig. And, they've got some pretty wild projections for where they say that's going to go in the next couple of years. But I mean, that's what they're saying they'll do, and whether they'll actually come through is like a whole other story. But there's a ton of bootleg stuff out there right now. There's how they're cracking down on like flavors and things in a lot of areas.
Yeah.
For vaping. Well, there's a bunch of products on the shelves right now in different places that just kind of completely ignore all of those rules, and they're just like outright violating the laws and the regulations on that. So, and it's just the FDA is just sitting there not doing anything. So it's only the regulations only negatively affecting the big companies like Altria and British American that actually follow the rules. So that's a little bit, I mean, that just goes to show you how worthless the regulations are and the regulators are.
Dividend, dude, you can't take this serious with the costumes. I can only imagine what the people watching this back in like a few months will think.
Yeah, it hits the algorithm suddenly in like March.
So an extra spike of like 3,000 new viewers.
Hey, I'm all here for it. I mean, maybe we should do costumes every week. I mean, that could be good.
We gotta have a Christmas special now. We could do St. Patrick's Day. There's potential.
I mean, I went with the pirate simply because, like, I mean, what's a better, representation of what capitalism is all about? You go out there and you plunder, and you get your treasure, you get your bags, so to speak, and when pirates would split up the loot after a big haul, it was based on your number of shares. Like a regular crewmate might get 1 share, the first mate might get 2 shares, and the captain might get 3 or 4. But they're a lot like the capitalists of today.
Indeed. A company, I've actually found it pretty enjoyable listening to a company's earnings call. I don't know about you, but I've been binging them today.
Yeah, I definitely I thought it was pretty interesting to actually sit through the earnings call for MPW, and I sat through Intel as well. Honestly, they say, and I'm really pissed about the performance of my Intel video, because usually my Intel videos get quite a lot of interest, and I spent like probably more time on that one than I spent on anything else this week, and it did the worst. 10th of 10. Yeah.
What was the best performer this week?
So the MPW earnings video was the best one this week.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know, right? Altria Group, I just dropped this morning, is so far looking like it's going to be in 3rd, based on like how it's doing so far. So, that's nice. Altria, I think, gets a lot of interest because of the yield.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You know what else is November 2nd? My birthday. I'm just saying, Starbucks reports that day too. I think Starbucks kind of takes the day when it comes to important companies reporting that day.
So we know what your birthday plans are, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna, as soon as I get home from school, I'm going straight to Starbucks, get my free drink,
a frappuccino, and you're gonna sit in the bathtub and listen to the Altria on your AirPods or whatever. Yep. Or not the Starbucks earnings report on your AirPods.
Indeed. Yeah, my AirPod Pros have been acting up recently though, so I gotta get that looked at.
Yeah.
Apple's. Yeah, Ryan's going right. Yeah, I'm not going to Crocs. Last time I checked, Crocs doesn't offer free shoes on your birthday for being a rewards member. That is a really solid incentive, though, thinking about it now, like Starbucks giving you a free drink on your birthday.
Yeah, I used to. I mean, there are a few restaurants out there that do that. I think it's nice to do that for your customers. Like, do you have to have like a rewards card with them or something for them to keep track of when your birthday is and make sure you're not like cheating the system somehow? I
don't think so, but you got to do it like earlier, because I messed up on it last year. Like, I hadn't signed in for like a while, but I messed up on it last year, but this year I'm preparing.
So do they just like check your ID, or do they just take your word? Like, how do they?
I don't think so. It just gives you the automatic promotion on the app, but you can't change it. You can't change. Yeah, it's on the app. So I mean, you put in your birthday info, but like you can't change it once you put it in.
See, that just goes to show you how old I am, where like the first thing I think of isn't that they track it on an app. That's very interesting, but it's a nice birthday gift that they report on your birthday. It's almost like you and Starbucks are meant to be.
Indeed. Yeah, I definitely agree. Only thing that could be better is Target.
Yep. Yeah,
for all the reasons. Target on that day.
Yeah, for all the reasons. Yeah, I wonder if any companies report. I'll have to, when it gets closer to my birthday, I'll have to see if any companies report on that.
When's your birthday?
January 5th.
Okay.
Yeah. So if any companies report on my birthday, I think it's going to be destiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So a company that this week that I've been watching, or definitely have been, mentally considering, it's not Visa, even though it is one of them, but AbbVie.
Oh, okay.
They had a pretty solid quarter, and they still traded down. It seems that they're looking for a quote unquote more robust growth past 2025. They're holding up still post Humira, and to the anger to some of you, they grew their dividend 4.3%. I'm just the messenger. I'm a don't
Hey,
come at Batman.
there's nothing wrong with returning cash directly to your shareholders, despite what some people say. I mean, it's better if you can get it in a tax advantaged account, but still.
That's coming this week.
Oh yeah. Is the first thing you're doing signing up for a Roth?
Well, I'm gonna get home from school and then we gotta celebrate, but I'm taking the next day off, so I'm
Nice,
gonna go.
nice.
I gotta set up my checking account, maybe a secured credit card, and definitely the Roth. So,
I heard you were going for a Discover card, an IT card.
Discover it, yes.
Yeah. I can tell you, as somebody who's had one for more than a decade, it's a nice card.
It is.
It's really nice. Yeah, people sleep on Discover. I mean, speaking of stocks, right? People sleep on Discover. They had kind of a earnings, and their share price has plummeted. They're trading at like, I don't know, like 5.5, 6 times earnings right now.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, that's insane can you compare
them
them to their
that.
peers?
I have no comment.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, it's a good starter credit card. The cash back is solid. The rotating 5% categories is nice. It's really sweet when Amazon is the rotating category. You can order all the stuff on your wish list finally and get like basically a 5% discount. So that's nice.
I mean, my only issue, I don't spend a lot on stuff.
No, that's not an issue, actually. That's a good thing.
Especially with this. Yeah, I know. With the secured, because I don't believe there's, a necessary amount you got to spend every month with secureds, right?
I honestly, I've never needed a secured card. I've, back when I was, turning 18, it like Capital One would give you like a $300 or $500 unsecured limit just starting out with like no credit history or anything. And so I just got me one of those puppies and, just, made the payment on time every month and, got a good credit score, a good enough credit score to get some other credit cards and such. And, I still have the OG actually, because age of the account helps your score. So no need to ever get rid of them. Just do a charge on them every once in a while so they stay active.
Everybody's favorite growth investor, uncertified financial arousers in the chat. And we're talking growth investor in maybe more ways than one with that nickname. But
oh dear. I'm feeling objectified.
I can't make that joke for one more week, so you guys have to live with it. Yeah, yep. But AbbVie's definitely my only issue, like with AbbVie, like their business execution and all that's fine, but it's more of like a circle of competence thing. But I think, especially after listening to earnings call today, I'm definitely walking away a lot more knowledgeable.
I do, I understand the circle of competency thing of, you probably feel like if you look at their pipeline, like, I don't know, like you try to read like the results of the stage 2 clinical trials and you're sitting here wondering, okay, like, what does that mean? But, at the same time though, I wonder how much the average person that buys a company really understands in the nitty, especially when you get into like tech and stuff like that. Like, how many of the people who, love Palantir stock actually understand what, like, the technology behind what they do on an intimate level? Probably like less than 1% of the people. Hell, like, I don't even really understand the technology other than that it's AI or something.
Yeah, right? we got the first falling knife comment. Fiscal's method of investing in the cigar but approach with some falling knives.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's Saturday, 8:00 Eastern.
Yep, they're all falling straight into Davy Jones' locker.
Speaking of other companies' earnings that were quite beautiful, I think my favorite part of earnings season is getting validation. It's very nice when you have a lot of money in a company and you've been talking the talk, and then it's time to walk the walk, and your companies do it for you. So Microsoft definitely did that for me, at least.
Yeah. It's always nice when, an assumption that you have made about how things are going to go in the near future are proven to be correct. And, granted, like I don't think any one quarter is generally going to be a make or break. Like, oh no, something,
Yeah.
they missed EPS by 2 cents this quarter. The stock better crater 20%. I personally think that no company beats every single time. And, it is what it is. But yeah, it's nice if like you've been saying like, hey, these guys are going to crush it in X, Y, or Z area. And then the information comes out and it's like, you know what? They executed on X, Y, and Z just like I thought they would.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Another
management.
company that executed X, Y, and Z, Visa.
Yeah.
It's every day that I live life, I get more convicted by Visa. It feels like, because we were
Mhm.
having a conversation and we were having it on the Discord. We were talking about Starbucks and Dunkin's reward programs or whatever and comparing
Mhm.
them. And I
Yeah.
thought to myself, who's the real winner in all of this? It's Visa and MasterCard. They're getting a chunk of all that dough at the end of the day. So,
Yep.
I mean,
Well,
it's so
you
high
know,
conviction.
so here I will say this about Visa. I have them. Actually, though, I made a bit of a decision that I want to be in the entire space. Anybody that's processing payments or moving in the business of just moving money around, I just want to own the entirety of that pie. So I have Visa. You guys forced me to buy Visa back when I hit 100 subscribers. Seems like forever ago now. Um,
Oh, we got to talk about that too after this.
yes, yes. So I have Visa. Of course, in my special SCHD killer portfolio, I have MasterCard, Discover, and American Express. And in my value account, I have PayPal and Western Union. So everybody that's in the business of moving money around, I think I've pretty well got it covered. Like the only one actually, I have Apple in the SCHD killer too. So really, I guess I've got pretty much all of them except I guess Alphabet. I don't have Google, and they have I guess Google Pay, but yeah, I pretty much have the whole space. And
With
so every time somebody's moving money around, I'm getting a little piece of that in my dividends.
Yep. With the Apple and the SCHD killer, are you assuming that Apple has a more aggressively growing dividend than what they've had in the past, especially for like the SCHD, killer dividend ETF or whatever you're making?
Well, I'm I'm personally of the opinion that eventually, because of the size that Apple is and how much revenue they produce and how much of the global economy they make up at this point, that they'll eventually run into a situation where they're running out of they're already sort of running out of places to invest their money for growth, right? Like how much cash are they sitting on,
Don't worry, they'll make a car.
right. Yeah, it's like once they start jumping the shark and doing kind of weird things with the money, eventually they'll come to the conclusion, you know what? Maybe we're better off just pumping up the dividend at this point. And so I do think they may eventually hit that accelerator, and we're probably closer to it rather than further away from it at this point.
I
I mean,
agree.
they're what, 3 trillion market cap or something? 500 billion revenue, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
pretty decent.
how much bigger can one company really get?
hmm Uncertified financial browser just said just because everyone invests outside of their circle of competence doesn't mean you should too. Yeah,
Right. I guess I'm just saying like, how granular does it have to be before it, makes sense?
hmm
Like do you really need to be like do you have to have a master's degree in whatever it is that they like? Do you have to yourself be a medical doctor or a research scientist to invest in a pharmaceutical company? Do you have to be an aerospace engineer to invest in Boeing? What is, to what level do you have to understand it? I agree that you should probably understand it, but the question is to what level?
yeah. 20 years from now, $10 trillion market caps will be a thing. And you guys want to know the first company to do that? If you want to know, Discord's link in description. Farther down than Davy Jones's locker. But Target, no, I'm joking. We got another cigar butt comment. Oh, this is good. What's Fiscal's valuation on S&P Global?
Well, I haven't I haven't run a valuation on it, so I can't answer that. It would take me some time. Like I'd need, like, we'd have to put this on pause and like come back to it probably tomorrow.
3M will reach a 10 trillion. 10 trillion and what?
10 trillion in the amount they owe in outstanding lawsuits and litigation.
Okay, I want to talk about the 1K stock that's going to be picked.
Yeah.
What are the current front runners for?
Well, so at first it was between, it was Realty Income, Discover Financial, MPW, and oh gosh, what was the fourth one? Does anybody remember? Starbucks, right? Well, was Starbucks on there?
I voted it.
You voted it? No, PepsiCo.
I voted it, and it was in the thumbnail. So
no, PepsiCo. No, it's not in the actual poll. It didn't make the top 4.
No.
I know.
Oh, it's the death of me.
But yeah, PepsiCo was the fourth one, and at this point, it looks like it's for sure going to be either Realty Income or MPW. So, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, yeah, just what I need, more shares of MPW. But that's fine. Like, I guess it's a chance to sort of average down in a way, or it's a chance to just start from a new cost basis because I don't have any in that portfolio yet, at least, right? And then when it goes up from here, I can make it look like I was a genius and called the bottom. I could do it, Jeremy.
you, Jeremy, and Ryan Williams can all sell the course.
Oh yeah, the dividend course.
Yeah,
nice.
how to retire early.
Yeah, I was watching. I was watching the video about that. Oh yeah, friggin'! I explain what dividends are and how they're taxed.
Oh man, we got Jeff in here. All right, he voted I will actually say Hershey's. I'm making a video on Hershey for Halloween actually, which is kind of ironic, but Hershey, it's getting down there. It's getting low.
Get low. Tell me something. Is it lower than Davy Jones' locker?
No, I don't.
Hey, how come you're not talking like Christian Bale and like Batman Begins right now?
You want me to talk like Christian Bale? I'm vengeance. I do a better of the new Batman actor, but
you should do Michael Keaton. Then all you got to do is be like, I'm Batman. Let's see.
I don't know if I made a change here.
Oh, maybe changing your opinion on Crocs. Why? Like, what was your opinion, and what are you changing it to?
Dividend dude. Dividend dude being the Crocs representative in the. We actually do have we have a Crocs community forum.
Really?
Yeah. It's to compare Crocs' performance over like a year, and we found we all voted for like different stocks that would outperform. So of course I put like Starbucks.
Yeah.
How about a full candy video? Yeah, that'd be tea. There's like, I'll be stopping it. Oh man, yeah, anti-Buffett, him and his Crocs. Can't get him off. By the way, Fiscal. Oh, I like the audio quality on the segment on the start. This segment, yeah. So
the audio quality on. So, yeah, I paid a little bit more attention to the to the audio in the Ultra video. I found out I can actually adjust the volume after recording it in the Adobe Express thing. If it's not abundantly clear, I am extremely amateur at doing anything with like editing tools, and so like I'm finding new things out all the time. And yeah,
how long does it take you to upload a video now compared to like your old editing style?
My old editing style of not editing at all.
Yeah.
I mean, so in some ways, I feel like it sometimes saves time because like, obviously if you're just like turning the thing on and like and you start saying stuff and then like kind of like somebody starts up a lawnmower like right outside, like I feel like it pisses me off and I biff the whole thing and I just start over
That
in
gets
that
me.
case. And
With it.
right, so I think this is better because it's like, hey, you do like, a 45-second or 1 minute like sound clip. If that gets screwed up, you can either cut it short or you can just start that one clip over and not, have to throw out everything else necessarily. So, yeah.
Put SoFi in. No, we're not putting SoFi in. You can put it there, actually. World's nicest man, Steve, offers good encouragement. And people are fans of the Ultra videos.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean,
put 8% yield in the thumbnail and you're
appreciate
gold. You're set up.
Right. Well, it's crazy. Altria is like they're dancing on the line of 10% yield right now. That's absolutely crazy.
I went the S&P index over Crox, but I'm just trying to flip that opinion. I'm not such a fanboy to think Crox is better than. What makes Crocs a better business? And you can't say valuation, even though it's a big part of it, than Nike. That's my thing.
Well,
when you already own Nike.
Yeah. I mean that if I already own, like I don't need more than one shoemaker in my portfolio probably.
And when you want the best?
I mean, I guess it depends how you define the best. If you're taking valuation out of it,
valuation's a big thing. I understand that too.
Like if you throw valuation in, then it's it's an argument at least because Crocs, of course, has a much more attractive valuation. But I guess the question is, what's the growth going to be like? Do they have a moat? Nike has a moat with Crocs. I mean, some people seem to say yes. I don't know. The judges are still out on that one.
What are gibbets? Is that like one of Crocs' off-brand shoe?
Yeah, I've never heard of. I mean, well, maybe I've heard that said. I've heard somebody say gibbets at some point in time. I'm sure that I've heard that combination of syllables. But as far as what it is, no idea.
Oh man.
Faster growth, cheaper valuation, higher margins.
I don't. Can we get somebody fact checking some of this? I mean,
no. I mean, I agree that they've got cheaper valuation and a smaller market cap. I don't know if faster growth is.
Yeah, somebody fact check that for us.
They might. I mean, I don't know how long they've been publicly traded, but are the margins consistently higher, was there a recent change in either their or Nike's margins to where it just looks like they're higher temporarily?
Oh, okay. Gibbets are the pin things. Yeah, I saw a few kids at school who, let's just say, maybe they're going to Target, the Target Pride aisle, and they were all wearing the thing. So nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah.
Feds continue. Rip the SoFi. Yeah. Everybody in the Discord's praying for SoFi. It appears
SoFi. Pretty fly for a SoFi. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't, I was close to being interested in SoFi when they were like under $5, but I ended up not pulling the trigger. I'm kind of glad that ended up being the case.
Ridiculous cheaper. They have faster growth in terms of revenue. Man. And the margins are higher consistent. All right, I'm back checking this. So how much money have you made off YouTube in the first week? Your tens of dollars.
I think it's like $14 or something.
Whoa.
But remember it tabulates like trailing 2 days, and it was like, I don't know, what was it, like Tuesday I was able to hit the button or something. So like I don't have like I don't have Friday's numbers on there at all either. So
Yeah,
but yeah,
it takes like 2 days to update for.
yeah. So but like the days that it did get, it's like $14 or something.
Nobody likes a bragger. All right.
I know. Hey, if I can get $5 a day, that would get me one $5 foot long at Subway.
That's passive income right there.
I know. Imagine I could
All
I
right, we're
could
pulling up
eat.
the financials. We're gonna fact check dividend dude here. All right, enough's
Actually,
enough.
actually, are $5 foot longs even a thing anymore? I don't know.
All right, Is it fair to compare a 5-year? I don't know. So I mean, and then we'll pull up Crox's. I mean, is it fair to put Crocs when they've had 2 crazy quarters like this though? Like I don't know if it's completely fair.
So I mean, it could just be because of their design. Crocs are just cheaper to make, and that's probably the reason for the higher margins. Because it's a different style of shoe altogether, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Crocs don't have laces, right?
No comment.
Because all right, I'm imagining like when it comes to like making the shoe, like including like the laces and like the holes that the laces get like put through and everything. Like I imagine that adds a lot of cost to the manufacturing process for Nike. So like it's not a surprise to me that Crocs would have higher margins, to be honest. That doesn't necessarily make them a better business though.
Yeah. I like high margin
But
business.
it is definitely like it is in their favor though. Like obviously, like hey, it's easier for them to make money if their costs are lower, right? But then again, it also erodes. You argue they have a moat, but it's like if it's cheap and easy to make your product, what's your moat?
Yeah, I don't know about. I don't know if you're necessarily comparing apples to apples, especially with Nike and Crocs right now, the different stages that they're kind of at.
Well, yeah, one's a newer. I mean, Crocs has been public way shorter time than Nike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched Dividend Data's Ultra video yesterday while talking to a girl vaping. That's nice.
Nice.
That's past that. It's true passive income right there.
Like
Passive my ass. Dude's
we
dressed like a pirate. That's not. Come on here dressed like a pirate and Batman.
it's passive.
Both footwear. What? No, I meant like in the part of business that they're in. Like the kind of like the period that they're both in when it comes to like you get my gist, right?
Yeah, the maturity.
Yeah, like as we mentioned kind of earlier.
Yeah, like the most apples to apples you can get is probably Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah. Lynch was talking about a product called Legs by a company called Hanes.
Oh, Hanes. Yeah, that was a Jeremy pick not too long ago, wasn't it? Wasn't he talking? Wasn't it like last year? He was like, I'm getting into Hanes. They've got like a 5% dividend or something like that. And didn't it just go to poop?
It's better than Foot Locker. Foot
That's
Locker.
all right. I mean, yeah. I mean, at least Hanes used to have like Michael Jordan in their commercials.
Reminds me of Crocs.
Hanes reminds you of Crocs.
I want to talk about the Intel earnings this week.
Yeah,
you're much closer. You're paying much more attention to Intel than I am right now.
Yeah, they talked about AI a lot. They said AI. Like, if you had played the drinking game, assuming you were 21, of like take a shot every time they say AI, you would have died of alcohol poisoning about halfway through. It's just, yeah, like they said AI a ton, and expectations were low, and they beat the low expectations.
All right.
Like granted, yes, I'm happy that they were able to unload some excess inventory that they had, and that their margins came out better than expected, and blah blah blah. But they still have a long way to go.
Indeed. Yeah. So I mean, 3M reported this week, right? Because I saw they were.
Did they?
I think they did.
I don't know. I don't have enough of them to pay attention to their individual earnings.
Yeah, they missed on revenue. Yeah, revenue was down year over year. EPS was everything's down pretty much for them year over year.
That's rough. Did the
they
price
beat
drop?
They beat EPS and revenue, but it's still down like a while.
Oh, so it was down year over year, but beat expectations then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So their price probably didn't crater then.
No, but it wasn't good either. I think it got up to $90 a share, and that kind of went back, and it kind of
yeah. 3M is going to be a tough one for a while.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm definitely not loading the boat on 3M.
Microsoft earnings call I mentioned. Yeah, I love how I bought Microsoft before the little AI bubble that they've had. Now it's like, oh boy, here we go. We got the entire Crocs fan club coming at us.
Nice.
How many customers own both Crocs and Nikes? Many people own Crocs to have a comfortable shoe after workouts, just stay sitting around. People aren't looking at them as stupid anymore.
Okay. Yeah, circle of competence. I don't really understand the shoe business that well, so I can't.
I'm like moderate in there. I'm not some expert, but I do understand it pretty well.
I'm kind of joking. I mean, actually, I'm wearing Nikes right now.
I'm wearing some slippers.
Yeah, are they Crocs?
Oh, they're Poco. There's some like Buffalo Bill slippers, so NFL branded. I don't know. Like I
honestly, when I say something negative about Crocs, it's like 90% joking. I haven't looked into buying them really. I've only given them the most surface level of glances, and it's not like the most compelling thing to me. So yeah, it just isn't piquing my interest that much. And maybe I'll look stupid when it 3x's in a year or something, right? But that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if people are necessarily looking at Crocs. I don't know when they've looked at them as stupid, but like, I don't know. It's just,
my main thing is like I just have some doubt about it's the moat thing. I think that keeps us coming back to the topic of Crocs, and it just I don't see it personally, but to each their own. Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
There's a left-handed jab from Dividend Dude.
Yeah. Yep, sure does. Well, all I'll say on that, all I'll say on that is that I consider myself to be a long-term healthcare bull in general, and so I'm interested in a lot of healthcare stocks.
Is AbbVie one of them?
Yeah, it's in the SCHD killer, at least.
All right.
Yeah, along with Pfizer and both WBA and CVS. And also, I think I put United Healthcare in there too.
Nice.
And hell, I even have a little bit of that old meme stock Clove. Like, I just generally really like healthcare, and anything that has, we'll just say, an interesting financial profile where I think there could be value. I'm pretty much willing to dip my toe into the water.
Yeah. I went to Walgreens today.
Really?
I had to get 2 vaccines. So if I pass out during the stream, or if I start acting like a robot, that's why.
Do me a favor and don't sue Walgreens, okay?
Yeah. No, but I
don't think I can take any more pain.
No, I went there. The doctor was nice. I got the flu and the COVID.
So was it just the pharmacist that did it, or did you go to like one of the village medical clinics that they have?
It was just the pharmacist there.
Oh, okay.
He was pretty nice, and it was quick and efficient. But like the store traffic was nothing crazy. I'll say that. And there was, I mean, it's Walgreens. It was. Yeah, I have nothing much to say. It was like Walgreens.
It was Walgreens. Yeah. Hey, thanks for getting your vaccines there. I appreciate it.
How much of that dividend am I funding?
I mean, yeah, you're probably at least like 0.001% of the dividends I collect from them probably came from that vaccine.
See,
So I
it's a
appreciate it.
full circle here. You go to Target, you buy your sunglasses. I go to Walgreens, I get 2 vaccines, and
Yeah.
it's passive income, baby.
Yep. Hey, do you have shares of Kroger?
Yes, I do.
Dude, I literally just spent like $60 there right before the stream. So you're welcome.
Batman's a registered 5G tower now. Look at AMT. Look out, AMT. Would you get? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Would you guys consider coppers an AI/E? No, I wouldn't.
Um,
Out of my circle of competence.
it's it's a vertical, right? So copper, gold, and silver like all get used in small amounts in a lot of the computer components. So like any time you invest in basic materials like that, it's a vertical, but it's the basic materials that they use to build the actual hardware, and they're more commodities than anything else. But I do like to be in a little bit in basic materials, so that's just, I think that as we become a more modern and industrialized world, that the need for all types of industrial materials will make the companies that supply them, it'll lift them over time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Makerspeed was our boy Ten Brock Browley. I was invested in lithium and then jumped. Yeah,
They're all, I think they're pretty much all to a degree cyclical, right?
yeah.
So there's going to be if you, for example, I have Veiled, they mine iron ore and nickel, but iron ore for the vast majority, and their share price over time, like if you pull up a chart of the iron ore spot price and their share price, it's like they follow each other pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what's your knowledge on copywriting? I would like to bring a topic up because I do have a potential thought.
Yeah, I mean, I know a little.
Oh. All right. So as many of you know, and this is a spoiler here, but on Thursday, there's a rumor around town that there's going to be some Do Dividend Stocks Not Drugs merchandise coming out. Now, I know you're all jumping out of your seats right now. I am potentially considering like getting a copyright on that because I do think there is some decent potential with that. Like, is a overall kind of like a branding.
So, what you might be thinking about is getting like a registered trademark.
Yeah, trademark.
Yeah.
How much would that? That's like a couple $100, right?
It's not. I don't think it's like ridiculously expensive if you know how to do it yourself. But you're probably looking at, if you have to have like an intellectual property lawyer like file the stuff for you, probably got to pay for an hour of their time, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between $225 and $600.
Yeah. Which sounds like about like an hour to an hour and a half of a lawyer's time, depending on how pricey the lawyer.
You considering banking with anybody when you're 18? I'm setting up a checking account if you consider that banking.
What bank though?
M&T.
You mind going to like Key Bank or something if they got any branches? Like my shares are down so bad.
Oh, we do have a Key Bank. We do have a Key Bank near us.
Just keep your options open, man.
I have an Ally savings right now, which is what I'm using directed to AdSense.
Yeah.
So then I got to get a checking. So.
From what I recall, Ally has a pretty high yield on their savings.
4.25%.
Yeah, not quite as much as SoFi, but SoFi requires direct deposit to give you their rate. So
SoFi's FDIC insured, right?
Well, yeah, all banks are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm actually considering SoFi or Fidelity Cash Management if I do. Huh. AI is a non-starter. If a company should be in the AI space, should be better to talk about nonstop. But I see self-driving cars. It'll be big. Just another 5 years.
Well, then you want Intel because they still own controlling interest of Mobileye.
And you want Visa because Visa will process all those transactions that are going to be going through. So I'm just a messenger.
It's
Don't
true.
hate the player. Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm considering getting a trademark on that. I don't know if it's worth it right now because I still got to see how it's gonna do.
I mean, yeah, you can try. I mean, I think you're the only person that's saying it right now.
You never know. You never know. There are a lot of copycats out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think really realistically, all it would do would be to prevent other people from selling merch with that phrase printed on it or something. So it would limit would limit it in scope, to some degree. But then if somebody did start doing it, you would have to actually pursue litigation against them to
That'd be
stop
fun.
them.
That'd be fun.
Well, all right, think about it like this though. Let's say the stuff's selling pretty well. You're selling, I don't know, a couple hundred units a month or something, and somebody else pops up that's doing the same, that has the same slogan, but they're selling 20 or 30 a month. Is it even worth paying a lawyer to stamp out that 20 or 30? That's the cost to value equation you have to make in your head about that.
Darn it! All right, no self promotion here. Right? Let's not give any other channels promotion here. I'm joking.
Promote all you want, but if you do, you got to pay to be a sponsor.
Yeah, another company that reported this week was UPS. And UPS, it's a really weird ride because it's one of those situations. It's a position that I'm reevaluating right now because I do have a bull, bear, I have a bear thesis on it, a bull thesis, and hold thesis, and I only have 2 shares. So I mean, it's $360 right now, I believe. So I mean, it's not a lot comparing my own entire portfolio size, but at the same time, there's some potential I feel with them. So yeah. I'd like to hear your 2 cents if you could.
So what I'll say about UPS. So I currently, aside from a very small amount of Union Pacific in my SCHD killer portfolio, I am not invested in anything that's involved in moving stuff from point A to point B. And I am without revealing too much, I am in that space for a living. I work in that industry.
He works at FedEx, everybody. He works at FedEx.
I know some people that worked at FedEx, but I know some people that have worked at UPS too. I mean, it's a
he works for a shipping company, or he works for a boating company. Everybody.
So I work at Zim. No, I'm just saying, I don't necessarily like I don't like it as an investment. There's so many variable costs, and it's just you can be crushing it, 1 year, and then the next can be absolute poop, and you're kind of at the mercy of a lot of external things as to which kind of year it's going to be. And
could you say the same for Target?
I don't know. I think retail is a little bit more predictable, I think, because retail tends to be a little bit more predictable from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little more comfortable being in retail as an investment than that specific industry.
All right, I'm definitely gonna keep that in mind.
Yeah,
I hate selling stocks at the bottom, but at the same time, opportunity cost is a real thing.
And just because I feel that way, that doesn't necessarily make them bad investments, but it's I don't know. I just there's a lot of things about it that I don't like as an investment, and it can be hard to know if you're getting a good value or not, really.
Yeah. Steve says there's some beliefs in an email stating so that infringing a trading mark that alone may scare scummy shops that are based in Yeah, I feel like am I off here? Would it be like shops from like China? That would be kind of a threat. Obviously US, but like from my Jersey purchasing experience, Amazon too, yeah.
Well, those become more of a threat, like if it blows up real big.
Yeah,
Like,
I
at this
agree.
point, it would be probably like other people on YouTube that maybe like if the phrase were to catch on.
Dividend, dude. I'm joking, Dan.
No way. No.
I'm joking. No.
Hey, look, every thought that he has is original, and he never takes inspiration from anyone else.
Nope.
And I never want to hear if you say otherwise, you can walk the plank, matey.
Down to Davy Jones' locker.
Shiver me timbers.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Steve doesn't touch those stocks.
So
what about Amazon?
So I'm not in Amazon, partly because like so much of their business is about moving things between they have some of that same, but they are, and I rarely will say this about a company, but they are more than just a company that moves things from point A to point B. That's not their prime. That's not like their only.
Yeah.
That's not all of what Amazon does.
Yeah, it's like the Obama translation video.
Right. Like they actually do have, Amazon Web Services, for example, that's not really much to do with moving physical things from A to B. They use AI. They have Prime Video, which isn't, moving things from A to B. Granted, a lot of their, e-commerce retail stuff, they have Amazon Last Mile, and they've got Amazon Logistics and things like that, which, yeah, sure. Like they're moving things around from A to B as a part of their business, but they're not moving shipping containers for hire for like other companies, basically.
Yeah.
Right. Or, taking, like, you can't go to like, I don't know, your local Amazon store and be like, hey, I need to, as far as I know anyway, and give them a package and say, hey, I need to send this to Joe Bob for his birthday or whatever. That they do some of that delivery, but it's for stuff that's actually sold on Amazon. They just kind of do that part of the business in-house. Mm-hmm. Just like, Target moves stuff, with, you've seen Target, tractor trailers moving stuff between their distribution centers and their stores. It doesn't mean that Target is a company that moves things from A to B as a business. Same with Walmart.
Target's an AI company first and foremost. Let's not forget it.
Yeah.
The stock just went up by 0.5%. We're pumping it, by the way.
But is Crox an AI company?
Oh. You gotta think about that. A moat and an AI company. Yeah. That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Isn't it? So is everything an AI company now?
I don't. Is Funko Pop an AI company? Is Funko?
They could be.
Is Kleenex an AI company? Clark?
Domino's an AI company.
Domino's is definitely an AI company. What are you guys buying last week? Well, that's a good question. That brings me to the next point, which you guys should watch our video that's going to come out tomorrow of our buys recap for the week, which we do every week. But I will give you guys another hint. It was pretty similar to last week, what I did.
Yeah, there was very, very little activity in my my account, but I did get one pretty good dividend, but I won't tell you what it was. You'll have to wait for the video.
Walk the plank.
And I'm building that anticipatory anxiety in you.
You aren't going to be able to sleep with that information in your head. Picking up more shifts at Domino. Oh, that's interesting.
Yep.
Rich, do you ever get prank calls like where people try to order pizza to like their other people's houses? Does that ever happen to you? because I actually read something that's like been an issue for like pizzerias. I'd assume probably less for the. Well, wouldn't it be an issue for more Domino's? Like, wouldn't it be an issue for bigger corporations and chains rather than the small businesses? You think? Because I
No,
did read
because
something that's been a little bit of an issue for them.
so nowadays, really, to get delivery, you pretty much have to either go through their website or their app or whatever, and like they usually tie your phone number to your physical address.
Well,
So
what if somebody were to have a fake phone number?
yeah,
The trolls that go
like
far.
you could probably do it. You could maybe probably do it once, but I don't know. Like I think it doesn't happen that much, to be honest.
Okay.
It's
It's a
that seems like
shrinkage.
more of like an 80s prank. Like you used to see that in the movies from back in the day. Where it's, oh, I'm ordering 50 pepperoni pizzas. I just don't think that Gen Z teenagers really go for that kind of prank. I love
But I
Red
have
Days.
a lot of little.
Yeah, that's some value talk right there.
I love Red Days. Ah. All right, everybody. As the kids say these days, we're at the 5-minute warning. So if you have any more comments, questions, or concerns for us,
Shot
leave them
clock,
down
guys.
below. Any spooky recommendations for good movies I'd like to watch. Domino's is so good, and besides, you should cook. You should cook. Well, who's paying for it? Dividend dude. Don't you pay now? Before it's why gas. I'm guessing. Is Domino's Pizza refrigerated?
You better go catch it.
You should cook at home, Dan. But it is Saturday night, and you could, depending on who's paying, you could go out for a bit of a treat.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, the best comment of them all is coming tonight. Hype for Starbucks earnings. I am Matt. I'm fired up. I'm gonna celebrate that day.
Yeah, that's gonna be quite the treat. I hope it goes well.
Birthday, Starbucks earnings. Man, that would suck if they went down like 9 or 10% and like something horrible, like China sales went down like 40% or something.
If the stock price
Knock
goes
on
down,
wood.
that's a chance for you to buy more at cheaper prices. That'd be the best birthday gift of all.
The best could be the best gift would be like 9%, but like nothing happened. Like they.
Or if they just magically 10x'd.
Oh, you never know. Parts
Yeah.
and Starbucks items, I feel guilty. World's nicest man, Steve, comes in and gives you all the good reminder. We've had pretty much an hour of some spooky fun. I'm sure you're all hiding under your blankets right now, all terrified of all the spooky earnings that we've provided for you tonight.
Yeah.
But
It was
make
so
sure to like the
spooky.
video.
So spooky, it shivered me timbers.
All right, we've been confronted by Ann Pham. Are you guys investing in growth stocks or only dividend stocks? I'm investing in stocks.
So I have a bunch of stocks that I don't know if a bunch is the best way to put it, but no, I have stocks that don't pay dividends. I have PayPal and Palantir, and I've sold puts previously on Google and Meta, which don't pay dividends. I'm a value guy. I don't care too much about the dividend one way or the other. I do like dividends because they help me keep my cash supply up, but
and my free money.
Yeah, my free money. But I think I'm only really interested in dividend payers if they can do it without destroying shareholder value. So
yeah. Dividends are the result of a company's free cash flow and good business. So that's my analogy on it. It's an addictive drug though. Dividends are.
Yeah, I mean it's nice. It's nice to see money coming in that you didn't have to work for. And yes, I know that yes, when it goes ex-dividend, that the stock price gets adjusted down by the amount of the dividend, yada yada yada. But if they continue to grow the dividend over time, more than likely the share price will go up over time because, as Ryan pointed out earlier, it's a result of growing free cash flow. So,
which gives you free money. It's free money at the end of the day, fellas.
I wish we could pull up the "that's free real estate" thing right now, but yeah.
Out of the seven magnificence, what do you think is good value at the moment?
The Magnificent Seven.
Is he talking about the big techs?
Yeah. Gosh.
Meta, Google, Microsoft, Apple,
yeah.
Tesla, Clorox, and Target. I don't know.
Clorox. I think the ones that are, I mean, Google might be closer to being good value because of its recent fall.
Yeah.
In share price, but Tesla is certainly not a value. It's like I said, my target for Tesla would be $90. Fight me on that if you dare. Oh, take a couple rounds out of you.
Do it.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Apple would be.
I would say Apple probably.
Apple's not like if Apple fell by like 30%, I'd probably be interested. That's less to go than Tesla.
That's not going to be a popular opinion in the comments. We're about to get
yeah. I mean, the comments can suck it.
Whoa!
Meta, they were an obvious value when they were under $100. I was selling puts between $90 and or $80 something and $120. I was hoping they would stay lower for longer, and I would actually end up with some shares, but miscalculated there. Netflix, I mean, no, we're not near value territory on Netflix. I think that's part of the Magnificent Seven, isn't it? Netflix.
It's Nvidia's in there. Don't worry.
Yeah. Here, let me pay 200 times, 200 times earnings because AI. Yeah. No.
Nvidia's real value.
Yeah. So. Yeah, in Nvidia, that's a good one.
Yeah, Nvidia's in there.
No. Yeah, we're not talking value when we're talking things like if let's just say this: if a group of stocks has a special nickname like the Magnificent Seven, it means everybody is so far up their ass and on those stocks nuts that you're not going to get value. You're not going to get they're the ones that are propping up this, what I think is still an overpriced market. And so as such,
everything money over here.
I know. But there is something to that. And I do think that I think 2021 the market was and probably still is pretty massively overpriced. Those low interest rates, those stimmy checks, all that shit.
Free money.
Yeah, free money, no consequences. The Nifty 50, right? Yeah, Steve just brought up the Nifty 50. I think wasn't that like the 1980s or 70s? One of those two. There was a group of stocks they were calling the Nifty 50, and it's a similar thing. Like people just thought that these 50 stocks were just the greatest thing ever. And can anybody name the stocks that were in the Nifty 50 right now? I don't think they can.
All right, Dividend Dude's bringing a debate in the last couple minutes of the show, and this is gerrymongering us right now. Yeah, Xbox Live, absolutely. The Game Pass.
Yeah. So when you say a stock performed the best, you're just saying that the price went up the most. I mean, okay. Like temporary price movements. Eventually, the market cares about what kind of a multiple you're paying for the actual, bottom line, the net income, the cash flow, the dollars in
cash flow's king,
And so if you say it's performed the best because it went up 200% and is trading at like a 200 PE, that's fake performance, in my opinion.
Fake news, fake performance, fake everything.
Yeah. Like, okay. Best example, I got Palantir at like $6 or something, and it went up to like 18. oh, it performed the best, so it was the best company in the market. Duh. Stupid.
Oh man, this is
Sorry. Like, it's just like that kind of mentality is exactly what creates bubbles.
I see they missed the part of the live stream where the pirate taught us how to download the software stocks for free. Oh man, dividend dude. We gotta have another debate sometime.
Yep, that's what it is, buddy. You don't understand growth. They're quality businesses with moats like Crox.
Would you be open to having Dividend Dude on for a 15-minute debate right now?
Right now?
Halloween fun. It could be.
Man.
I'll set the clock for 10 minutes. I get the phone up.
We'd have to schedule it in advance.
Nah, you're right. You didn't have sunglasses either.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I can't see a damn thing with this iPad. Like, I'm already, like, partially...
my nose, all the cartilage in my nose has been crushed this entire
No, like, I literally... Like, I'm half blind in the first place, and then I made myself, like, 3/4 blind by covering one of my 2 half-blind eyes. So, yeah. And it's my right eye is also my better eye, of course. So that's great.
All right. I cannot say enough out of text. We'll bring it to the Discord later then, Dividend Dude. If you're gonna all right.
No, it's funny. And no, like I'm halfway just giving you a hard time, buddy. But yeah, I do think that, you know, that mentality of, oh, you just don't understand it. It's so great. That's what creates bubbles, right? In 1999, everybody was saying that same shit about Intel and everything with .com in it. Yahoo.com people were saying that about. Where's that stock now? If I could drop this mic, I would. But anyways.
So next week, fellas, there could be a potential Dividend Dude debate. So there, could be there. So this keeps the viewership on their toes at all times. So we got a big week ahead of us. Yeah. Watch out for tomorrow for our weekly recap video. Dividend Dude's probably going to be in the comment section for the next 3 hours. So if you're watching this in a few hours, go check it out there. Patchy the Pirate, where can people find you?
Oh, just go to the description. Everything is there. Just subscribe to my channel. It's you know, I'm past 1,000, but you know, how about 10,000, guys?
Indeed. I think I deserve it. And you gotta always look ahead.
You do.
You gotta always look ahead. That's Patchy the Pirate from SpongeBob.
Arr. Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Or, oh, are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Dividend Dude. All right,
Horace is he.
Dividend. All right, thank you everybody for watching. A very strong stream tonight. We understand a lot of you guys are probably, or some of you guys are, you know, out partying right now. Are you dressed up as a pirate? Are you dressed up as a band? Let us know in the comment section. Also, for a gift of an appreciation, if you haven't already, share the video. We're trying to get to 50 subscribers by midway this week. That's my birthday present. I'm not even gouging you guys for money. It's free.
It's for Halloween.
All the cartilage in my nose is pretty much destroyed from this mask, and Fiscal's gone half blind. So thank you all very much. Thank you for watching. Do Dividend Stocks, Not Drugs. And of course, always remember, cash flow is king. Bada boom, bada bing.